Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from the channel Redolessence, and I want to thank you all for tuning into my channel and watching my videos. Welcome back. It really does mean a lot to me. And in today's episode, we're going to be taking a closer look at the newest release by the company Burberry, and this one is called Mr. Burberry Indigo, so stay tuned. Now, before I begin the review, I do want to mention that there will be a giveaway tied to this review. So if you want to know how to enter the draw, just make sure to stay tuned until the very end of the video, which is where I tell you the directions and what to do. And also, if we can get this video to 1,000 likes, I'm going to select a second winner who will also win a 5 milliliter decant of this brand new iteration of Mr. Burberry. Now, the first thing that I want to mention is, yes, it was released in 2018. The perfumer behind this is Francis Kurkdjian, who has done every fragrance for the house of Burberry as far as their private line is concerned. But then, you know, starting with Mr. Burberry and all of its flankers, it's been solely Francis Kurkdjian. Everything before that, like Touch in London, were done by different perfumers. Now, as far as the name is concerned, Indigo, there are a lot of fragrances out there that have the blue designation. Like I know there's Narciso Rodriguez Blue Noir, there's also Bleu de Chanel, there's Versace Dylan Blue. So I think the folks at Burberry were thinking, how can we give this a blue name, but not something quite blue, something close to that on the color spectrum, so I think they went with Indigo. That's okay, no qualms with the name. I just don't think it conveys an indigo tone when I smell the fragrance. It actually smells quite green to me, and that's because I pick up on the note of mint. There is a natural spearmint oil that's being used in here, and I've been racking my brains for the past few days trying to think of what fragrance is this reminding me of, and I think I finally have it. So let's go ahead and start things off with the presentation. So here we have the presentation for Mr. Burberry Indigo, pretty much the same bottle, same box presentation as its predecessors. It is an eau de toilette concentration, and the box has a really nice texture to it. You can't really tell from the camera. As far as the bottle is concerned, just has the Indigo designation right here in the front. And if you are interested in locating the serial number, it will be printed on the very bottom on the sticker. And that's if you want to authenticate your product. It also has this pattern here on the front. It resembles the buttons on their popular pea coat. And then here you have the nice little ribbon on the front, which kind of makes it look like a fragrance from their private line. Now, the cap does click into place, and the distribution on the atomizer is a little bit on the narrow side, but it gets the job done. Let's go ahead and continue with the smell. Now, as soon as this fragrance opens up, you are going to get a hefty dose of mint. And I quite like the spearmint oil that's used in here. And because of how natural and how organic it smells, I'm given to understand that it's a real spearmint that's used in here as opposed to a synthetic. So it opens up with this really bright minty nuance, but then it also has like this violet and patchouli dry down. It's a bit spicy, I believe on the count of the note of rosemary, which is also found in the original. I remember reading online and somebody said this one doesn't really remind them of the original. Not in the opening, it doesn't. So that person is absolutely right. But once it dries down, I want to say maybe a half hour into the development of the scent, yes, you are going to smell the original. The original DNA is in here, and also the DNA from the eau de parfum. I believe that there wasn't really much of a differentiation between the original and the eau de parfum version, but in this one you do get a scent that progresses in a slightly different direction on account of the mint note, and it's definitely spearmint because it smells like the mint that I grow in my very own backyard. It just immediately brought me back to that. It's not peppermint, it's not eucalyptus, it's not geranium or anything else that can give off a minty vibe. Now, what I like about this one is that it has the wearability of the original. So the original can wear it anywhere, all seasons, all occasions, even though some people might argue it's better suited for the hotter weather, which I agree, but if you're wearing it in a climate-controlled environment, you can really wear it all year round. No restrictions there. But the presence of the mint note, I mean, mint is one of my favorite ingredients. You guys know that. I love Acqua Decima by Eau d'Italie, any number of other mint scents that I can throw into that lineup as well. And like I said, for the past few days, I was like, what scent does this remind me of? It doesn't remind me of Acqua Decima. It doesn't remind me of any other mint scent that I own. And then that's when it finally occurred to me, it smells like a mint scent that I don't own, but my good friend Carlos owns it, and that is Beach Hut Man by Amouage, at least in the opening. And then it dries down to the familiar Mr. Burberry DNA. But again, I do think that it has the wearability and the versatility and all of these other really approachable elements about it. I think it's a very good scent, and personally, my wife loves it as well. Let's go ahead and finish up with my overall assessment. So first up, I took a look at the uniqueness in the overall smell, and this is certainly a unique scent in the regard that it doesn't smell like the original Mr. Burberry, but it goes in a different direction on account of the note of mint, that spearmint oil that flows and it, weaves itself into the composition so organically. I think it's a really nice touch. But I did make comparisons to Beach Hut Man by Amouage. That's really only in the opening. The note of mint kind of sustains itself for like the first half hour, really for like the first 5 minutes, but well into that half hour mark is when you can smell it and say, oh yeah, there used to be mint in here, but there's really nothing that you can do about that. It's a very diffusive note, it's highly volatile, and no matter what fixatives you put in there, that's not going to prolong the more volatile notes in the composition like citrus and mint and that stuff. So in terms of the longevity, I got a solid 6 hours from this one. Projection was wonderful for the first 2 hours. Versatility, I think you can wear this one dressed up, dressed down. I do think you can wear it all year round, but I really think it will shine in the summertime. So as far as the time of release that we're seeing this fragrance, I think they did a wonderful job with that. Presentation on this one, I always like the presentation for the original Mr. Burberry, kind of how it has the button from the pea coat at the top and the little bow on the front. So my final verdict on this one is I love it. This is my favorite Mr. Burberry release so far. I like it more than the original and the eau de parfum because it has this mint note and it just smells like Beach Hut Man by Amouage, and it's so bright and fresh. And I really want to see this one shine. I hope this one does really, really well in the designer outlets. And I personally picked this one up from Macy's at Herald Square in New York City. So if you are interested in picking this one up, since it just came out, I think your best bet would be Macy's. But if I do find links to where it can be discounted online, I'm going to leave them down below. So what I want to do right now is I want to open this up to a giveaway. So 1 or 2 winners are going to win a 5 milliliter decan. All you need to do to enter is just leave a comment down below and tell me what is your favorite either mint fragrance or what is your favorite fresh fragrance. And if you don't have one, then just tell me what was your favorite part of this review, and I will announce a winner in a week's time. I will pin the winner to the top of the comments, and I will also love the comment so that you get a notification. So once again, if you're not sure if you won, just check back to this video in 1 week, and the winners are going to be pinned down below, and I will reply to your comment letting you know that you won. So thanks again for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. I really do appreciate it. Remember to enable notifications by clicking on that little bell icon. This way you never miss any of my future uploads so that you can get them sent straight to your phone and you don't miss anything. Giveaways such as these, special guests, top 10s, unboxings, reviews, and a lot of fragrance-related content. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care.